Hello, my friends. Hello, my friends. How are you? How are you doing tonight? I got my hair down this evening. This is Auntie Q ASMR Sans French braid, with a different shirt, different pants even. I don't know how many days we've been isolating, but my outfits have definitely been getting rewears. How about yours? I'm just carefully moving something really quickly here so I don't make too much noise. So I just wanted to sit down and film a video this evening. I actually just sat down to film an intro, or more of like a prequel intro to another video that I was editing earlier today because I'm starting to learn how to edit a bit. That's gonna help, I think, with my videos. I just had to put some stuff in the beginning of it. It was the second video that I ever filmed. It never actually ended up getting uploaded to the channel yet because it needed editing and I didn't know how, but I'm glad I saved the footage. It's kind of funny. You can see that I'm using like a DIY mic cover that I made that I don't think I ended up putting in any of my videos aside from that one because Amazon ships things so quickly. I got these. I've got those now. The one that has the fluffy, and then the one that's just a foam one, which I haven't used yet to film. But yeah, so I filmed that intro, and I had this tea made for tonight's video. So this is one of my other tea sets, you guys. This is the orchid, the ceramic orchid tea set. It's sculpted. It's so neat. This is another one of the tea sets that I got when I was working at Tivana. I have several from there, and then the rest have been collected at like antique shops and over the years. And this evening's tea is a blend of two teas that I blended together myself, and I would like to share them with you. You and my closet floor, apparently. I like this teapot because I think that the straight spout, the horizontal spout, makes the water flow nicely. Like it has a nice pour, but I don't know if I'm just a klutz or if it's tricky, but I can't seem to pour it right. But, so the tea that I have in this teapot with a piece of padding underneath my cup, because that's one thing that I did learn in one of my last videos. I did actually film with this tea set once already. Like I said, I don't know if it was last night or the night before, but it was kind of chaotic. There's 3 clips that I deleted, and then when I was editing, I thought maybe I'll restore those clips and see if I can put them together somewhat cohesively, but I really like the concept of the video, so I picked a different tea just in case I do end up editing together that other one and getting it uploaded. But this is the orchid pot. And these are the 2 teas that I chose for tonight. I keep them in my tea tent. My airtight, and light tight tea tins. That's important for things when you're storing tea. You definitely do want it to be airtight and light tight. And the tea in this trying to focus, but I'm not sure if it's actually being successful. But this is a white tea. A white tea being the most lightly processed of teas on the spectrum of teas, ranging from white teas to green teas to long teas to black teas to herbal teas, which really aren't even teas, because herbal teas are botanical blends. The difference between an herbal tea and a tea versus maybe a flavored tea, for example. An herbal tea does not have any tea whatsoever. So that's a little bit of a pet peeve of mine, that they're even called herbal tea. They should be called herbal blends, because tea comes from one plant, and that plant is Camellia sinensis. Camellia sinensis. Camellia sinensis. And it would be quite easy for me to show you what that plant looked like if I already had the tattoo of it that I intend and need to have. But I digress. Long story short, herbal teas do not have any Camellia sinensis botanical material, just herbal material. So they are caffeine free. They can still be Ayurvedic and holistic. For example, you've got plenty of like roots and blossoms that have other benefits like chamomile, bergamot, things like that. But don't call it tea if you ask me. Back to this tea. Back to my Jasmine silver needle that I don't have quite as much of as the other tea. Being a white tea and being the least processed, what we have inside of this tin are the first bud and dew leaves of the tea trees, where the most delicate and high quality teas grow, where tea leaves grow. It's gently plucked, and then it is laid out, even layer, spread out on an even layer, even layer of basically like bamboo drying racks, kind of like circular, and you can shake them, and they lay out the tea leaves, and then they lay over jasmine blossom, and then they let them dry together. That's it. Light teas are not roasted, they can be steamed, but they're not roasted, not toasted, nothing crazy. Pretty much the most delicate way to consume a tea leaf. They're the most high in antioxidants, being that they are the least processed. They are the lowest in caffeine. So if you would like to get an antioxidant boost, try a white tea. They're very light in flavor. So if you're someone who doesn't like tea, aka somebody who hasn't tried the right tea, or possibly never even anything other than a black tea or a green tea, which can be very tannic, especially when burned, and they are so very often burned. You can really burn a black tea, but you can still, like people will like make tea bags and they'll squeeze the tea bags at the end of it, or they'll stir the tea leaves around a bunch. When you bruise them like that, it releases the oils that contain the tannins, and that's the part that's astringent, and it kind of coats your mouth and it gives you that was a nice visual, but I'm gonna pour it again by the microphone. Bonus pour. Without getting too much everywhere. Just a little bit. And what I like to do is I like to select one particularly nice tea leaf. And then I add it to the cup of tea that I'm drinking. So I'll choose this one. And I don't know if that will focus, but it has like a downy texture. Fine little oh, I dropped it. Another one for the floor. I was eyeballing this one too. It has like a downy texture. Fine little white hairs. And they reflect the light. So, Jasmine Silver Needle. Looks a little jasmine-y. And it smells good. And it sounds good. Maybe that sounds like rain. Oh my goodness, I have a video that I'm really excited about. I'm gonna be putting it out soon. And it has plenty to do with rain. I can't wait to bring it to you guys. So yeah. Jasmine Silver Needle. Jasmine scented, not flavored. Scented with white tea, or scented white tea because it's processed together with the jasmine, but it doesn't have anything artificial or added. And then I have another one. Much more of. I even have overflow of this tea in another tin. And I don't know if it's gonna sound as good if I rattle it around as much because it's a little bit heavier. But this tea is another jasmine tea. But it is called, and excuse my handwriting, Jasmine Dragon Phoenix Pearls. Jasmine Dragon Phoenix Pearls. Pretty cool, right? This one is a green tea. The second least processed of all the teas. Second, of course, to be white tea. And that's what's nice about blending together a green tea and a white tea. Because they both have to be treated similarly and delicately. Similar brew temperatures. Oh my goodness. Oh. I just got the weirdest feeling in the back of my head. That was so bizarre. It felt like something grabbed my head. Like, I had a sensation that took up this portion of the back of my head. cover about as much surface area as somebody's hand could cover, and it just went, and then it came off. And it kind of felt, it was like tingles, but it wasn't ASMR. It was like a static. It was like, that's weird. Maybe it's a ghost. Maybe it's angry at me for spilling tea on the floor of its closet. Sorry, ghost. That ghost got me all sidetracked. I can hear Rumble snoring in the other room. My god, that's obnoxious. Oh, you guys got to meet Rumble, by the way, in the pre-not intro that I filmed to the second but not second video that I posted. But yeah, check that out. Gosh, I was talking about green tea, and it is the second bleach processed tea. Similar brew temperatures, similar time, so that it can be easily blended with white tea. Basically just both very delicate teas. I brew 165, 175. So you'll go towards the tea with the lowest temp, so 175, 2 to 3 minutes. And you can reuse the tea leaves, you can re-steep them 2 to 3 times. There's a proverb. The first cup is for your enemy, the second cup is for your friend, and the third cup is for yourself. Because, especially with whole leaf teas, ones that are more processed, ones that I'll show you in the future, like my favorite tea, the one that I've been drinking in my other videos, but haven't actually shown you the tea yet. That'll have to be its own video. It's very special to me. But, for example, that one, it's an oolong tea, and that's all I'll say. It's a bit more processed. Oh, this one will be a good example too. What am I saying? We don't even have to get into that. Stay tuned for the video. The monkey tea. You'll go bananas for it. I couldn't help myself. Dang it, now I made myself lose my train of thought. That was my stomach growling. Oh, this is taking a real quick turn, isn't it? Let's try to reel this back in. Hold on, hold please. Anyway, the reason why they say that is because on the first steep of a full leaf tea, it's really only just beginning to unfurl. It's really only just beginning to release its goodness. It's really only just beginning to open up. The second cup, it's gonna have some more flavor. It's gonna be a bit more full-bodied. Now, each time, you're gonna get less caffeine. But tea doesn't have a ton of caffeine to begin with. There are some teas that have some good caffeine content that I can show you, but we'll get into all that later. I want to show you, I want to highlight my favorite tea. I want to highlight matcha. I want to highlight yellow tea. I'm sorry about that. I'm hungry, I guess, apparently. I want to highlight yellow tea. There is one yellow tea, a step in between white and green, but that one's very unique. That'll get its own video. I'm not even going to touch on that. In fact, I considered blending some of it in with this tea thought, no, that'll have to be its own video. It's so special. And then I know I was already talking about how herbal teas aren't really tea because they don't have any tea in them, but there's also like yerba mate that comes from a different plant. There's also rooibos, also from a different plant, but they have some caffeine content. Those from South American countries, I'll have to highlight those for you sometime too, but I need to get a mate set up first because I'd love to share that as well. And I also just need it for my collection, but I don't have it yet. Try to move. I'm just too tall to be in a closet, man. But yeah, so there's other types of teas. There's some that have more caffeine, but you'll get less and less with every tea, but the flavor is going to be better. So the first cup is for your enemy, the second cup is for your friend, and the third cup is for yourself. The third cup is for yourself because the third cup is going to have the best flavor. The leaves will have opened up more to release more of their goodness because they'll have more surface area, you know, exposed to the water. And I'll just be the best one. With my favorite tea, the monkey one, I can go like 4 to 5 maximum race deeps, because that one I'll have to show you. I'll stop talking about it. I'll just have to show you in a different video. But this one is the Jasmine Dragon Phoenix Pearls, and it's got another seal on the inside here. The other one did too. I set it down before thinking about tapping on it, but it's so unique. So let me show you really quickly here. Smells amazing. I dropped one. Okay, but can you... Oh, I dropped 2. The ghost is gonna get me again. But, maybe the ghost name is Jasmine. Maybe it has nothing to do with the tea at all. Okay, I felt the tingle again when I said Jasmine. I'm not even freaking kidding you. Jasmine, are you there? I think there's a ghost that lives in this closet named Jasmine. Anyway. So Jasmine Dragon Phoenix Pearls. And you can tell that they are... Gosh dang it. Let me just stop. You'll have to take my word for it. That they are, in fact, pearls. Little teeny tiny pearls. About, in fact, the size of pearls. And pour a few out so I don't spill some more. I'm trying to mess around with these ones that I have here. But, okay, for example, here. That's part of a jasmine blossom right there. Oh my gosh, my stomach is growling so loud. It's like 2 in the morning. My whole circadian rhythm and metabolism is just backwards, man. I'm always awake in the middle of the night, hungry in the middle of the night, sleepy during the day, no appetite at all. Anyway, so what is a pearled tea? And inside, furled up in each and every single little one of these pearls is a jasmine blossom, but not just one, not one, not two, not three, four, no, not four. Was it five? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, it wasn't 5. Oh gosh, what was it? It was 6. It was 6, yeah. It was 6. 7. Yes. And 8. 6 to 8. 6 to 8 tea leaves curled up inside of each of these little pearls. And each time you steep the tea, they unfurl and unfurl and unfurl. And they are also a little bit downy. They are the most delicate buds. They have a bit of the same texture and shine as the jasmine silver needle. But you can see, oops, you can see that it does differ slightly. And you can see that I am still spilling all over the place. But I love it. I didn't used to love floral anything because it's always artificially flavored. And especially when it's artificial jasmine, it just, I'm sorry, but it just tastes like hand soap. So now in my cup, I have 1 jasmine silver needle, 1 jasmine dragon phoenix pearl, and 1 little bit of a jasmine bud. Got stuck to my lip. And you can actually, you can consume the tea leaves. It won't hurt you. That's one of the benefits to matcha is why you get so much more out of it, is because it involves consuming the entire tea leaf. But I'll tell you more about that in a matcha video. Oh my goodness, this is a chaotic video between the ghosts and my stomach growling. Green tea. Green tea, green tea, green tea, green tea, green tea. As you might have noticed, kind of just judging between the color, the subtle color differences that you can kind of still see even as they're sitting right here. Try to mount them up a bit so you can see them better. The green tea has been a bit more processed. With the green tea, oftentimes the more delicate ones, for example matcha, tencha, meaning shade grown tea. Very just delicate. They retain a lot of chlorophyll, beautiful color. And they're processed lightly. They are steamed, set in the green tea color in some cases. if I say that repeatedly, I'm gonna get tongue-tied, which kind of is a bummer because that's a good trigger word, probably, huh? Kyorokoro, 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 imperial, green tea. That one is steamed, so it's shiny. It's so pretty. Yeah, I'll definitely show you that tea also. And then I have a sencha, which is different than a tencha. It's like a step down, but it's a sencha green tea with matcha mixed in. Oh, that'll be fun. I'll just have to do like a whole green tea feature. It'll include the kyorokoro, the sencha, and the matcha. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna make me want to buy another teapot. I kind of did want to get another one anyway because I have these really cool. So I have these tea pearls, and then I have tea balls, and they bloom into a flower, and they're hand sewn. Like these green tea pearls are hand rolled. Not hand rolled, but hand rolled. Yeah, I have blooming tea that's sewn together that I was looking at this evening as well, and I need to get a clear teapot so I can show you guys that one. So much to do, so much to see. All-star, anybody? I mean, I don't really have too much to talk about. Is it just me, or was there a weird thing with the video? I'm not sure if it was just something that popped up on my screen to tell me something. I suppose I can edit now, so I don't have to pay attention to what my camera's trying to tell me. But I don't want to make it too long, I guess. If my stomach's gonna keep up, we'll hope for the best. I kind of feel like knitting a little bit. I established an idea that maybe once a month I will knit a beanie on my channel. And every time I sit down to work on my knitting, I can film it. So like maybe like 5 to 10 to 15 to however many minutes after each session, after each filming session, I can pull out my knitting, which is right underneath my milk crate here, and just work on it for a bit, so that I can mentally wind down before going to sleep. And put that at the end of the month, clip all the clips of me knitting the entire beanie together into one video, so that you can watch the whole thing come together. And I know that I don't really have that many subscribers right now, so I don't think it'd be possible to do a giveaway. Although I have had a few comments, I think 3 in total, and I gotta say it feels so cool, so freaking cool to have people engage with your content. It's wild. I mean, I didn't even think, first of all, that I'd be getting comments already. So thank you so much to those of you who have commented it. Chaos. Utter chaos. But I really appreciate it. It's so cool. I'm just so jazzed. I'm enjoying this a lot more than I even thought that I would. So, yeah, I'm just all about it. And hopefully you guys are gonna enjoy that video if I post it, because I think that's a neat idea. And then hopefully if you enjoy it, I can, like I said, once a month, work on a beanie, maybe about once a month, and just sit down to do a little bit of it after every filming session, and then do like a super cut of all of that. Because it would be a nice long video. And then it would be kind of like a different vibe for every cut. So it would also probably have like a nice little trigger assortment. Because I'd be sitting in front of the milk crate after just filming whatever video it was that I was working on that night. So I might have a few triggers in front of me that I would inevitably play with here and there. Just mention it, you know, this was what was in tonight's video. So it might end up being like an hour plus. Well, definitely more than an hour, but potentially several hour long plus video with a good assortment of different triggers, knitting throughout, which I honestly thought was like a nice, really nice sound, an assortment of whispers. Yeah, it should take forever to render, so I'll only do it like once a month, but I think that'd be a neat idea. The first beanie that I'm working on, I'm not gonna knit in this video. I think I actually am gonna go through with that idea 100% faithfully, but I did mention briefly, oh gosh, in the other video that I had Petal in, that she was hanging out with me, that, that I was hoping to be able to find this yarn, and I couldn't find it, and I found it. It was in my backpack, the 6mm yarn. It's so gorgeous. Oh my god, are you kidding me? It's so beautiful. I'm calling it, I already know what I'm gonna call the video, by the way. It's gonna be called The Making of Desert Sunset, because this is what it reminds me of. Supposed to be a full video cut together of making an entire beanie out of this, and I have a particular style to my beanies. I like to make beanies that have a brim and a pom-pom. In fact, there's one hanging on a hook right behind the camera right now. Let me grab it for an example. Okay, so here's an example of what I mean. First of all, I like to make slouchy beanies. That's really the only kind of beanie that I make, are nice slouchy beanies like this one. And I like a beanie with a brim. I was trying to explain this in the other video, but you need a brim. You'll notice that the stitching pattern is different on the colorful beanie part and the black beanie part. This one alternates, and that ribbing kind of has a give to it. So the edge, it's not elastic, but I mean, if you've ever had a knit sweater, you've probably noticed that around the collar and around the wrist, even around the bottom maybe, that it has a bit of ribbing. This one has a pretty little dry blossom stuck to it. From the last time I wore that beanie, it was on a hike to the second highest local peak within like my region. Not my region, that makes it sound like too broad of a scope, but just within my local area. I went to the highest peak and I hiked it early one morning with my friend. I've never seen snow fall before, but this was one of 2 times that I ever saw snow that was on the ground and it was melting, and I was pretty excited. Because I was an ice skater my entire life growing up, for like 14 years, and you would think that I would have seen snow, because that just seems to track, but no, I never really seen snow. I went to the Sequoias once, and I don't count it because it wasn't falling. I highly romanticize the idea of being able to be in snowfall, so until I get it, I'm not going to be satisfied. So for my purposes, I've not seen snow. Regardless, it was a very beautiful hike, and I was wearing this beanie, and that's where the play matter came. It doesn't matter. And I like to put the pom-poms on top. I make the pom-poms myself. And except for this one that I just got, that I'm super excited to make a beanie with, and that'll probably be next month if I do stick with this whole beanie thing. I think it'll be cool. But I like to make them slouchy like that. This one I actually made for somebody else. But it's mine now. It's not for them anymore because I never got a chance to give it to them. And now we're isolating, so for today it's my beanie. But I mean, you kind of have to part your hair differently to wear a beanie. But you see what I mean? With the brim and the slouchiness. Can you see? I think you can. Anyway. That's why you start with the different stitching. And I like to do a brims over the brim of this beanie. I'm going to do an ugly mustard yellow. And you can kind of see the start of that stitching pattern with the back and forth, back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth on my total of 5 needles, but the working needle is underneath here with the rest of the yarn. Put this down here. Another cup of tea. I think I managed not to spill it that time unless I dribbled at the start. But it'd be like that sometimes. Do you guys want some more tea sounds? And just funny to me how useful batting has become in the development of my channel. Who would have thought? But it's good because I have so much of it. And I was stressing about what I was even gonna do with it. I over-purchased for an upholstery project that I'm working on. And I'm gonna have channel art soon. I commissioned somebody, a friend from high school, who is an artist, to make a piece, and that's really all I can say right now, because that's gonna have to be its own video as well, for you to even understand the significance. You can really see the downy, the silvery hairs on the silver needle on this one in particular. Is it catching the light? Because if it would focus in my hand, like right there. Oh. Jasmine's gonna get me again. And in the water you can, in the teacup, you can see the silver needle, and it is unfurling. It's about halfway unfurled right now. Can you see? Yeah, you can tell. Okay, take a look at that. Do you see how it kind of looks like the eye of a tornado now? The center still has, obviously it has a center still. A cohesive center. You can tell that it's degenerating from a spherical shape. But the outer leaves are starting to whip outward like the isn't at all, other than like visually, but when I just look at that, it looks like a picture of the eye of a storm. I mean, storms brew and teas brew, so maybe it's actually perfect. I like little things like that. Little things like that. Little things like that. Little things like a cup of tea, or metaphors and word associations, similes. I love a good play on words. I love a good corny joke. I like wit. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that back in the warm water so we can continue to see what I mean here. Because on the first cup, the one that I would have given to my enemy, it was all just like that. Now, I will say, I'm not tasting any difference with this cup of tea versus the last. That's because it's all one steep inside of this teapot, and it is the first steep inside of this teapot. I just wanted to move my leg just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit, to get a little bit more comfortable. I had to move my leg just a little teeny tiny bit. Oh, but that's what I was saying, is that I'm not getting any better flavor in the second cup of tea that I'm enjoying right now, or the third, whichever this is, because all of the tea inside of the teapot right now is the first steep that I did of my blend of these two teas. But I took the tea basket out of my tea maker, which is a really nice Breville. I use a Breville tea maker, and then I can preset like all the temperatures and times, and I put the tea in the basket and heats the water all the way up, and then it puts the basket down for the tea, and then it pulls it up when it's done. So it's never over steeped, never burned, and never agitated. Because I mentioned that's important too, so you don't get the tannins released and you don't get really bitter tea. But for example, I took the basket with the tea leaves out, put it on a saucer, another one from this tea set, because there's four cups and 4 plates, put it in the fridge so I can enjoy that tomorrow. Oh God, it's just so pleasant. Like, people talk about like when you drink wine. I'm no sommelier. I'm 23. I haven't really gotten into like liquor that much. I like liquor more than I like wine. Wine makes my sinuses fuss around. I like whiskey and tequila. That's not what this video's about. And although I'm barely even 23 anymore, I turn 24 like fucking tomorrow. I shouldn't curse, and I don't really turn 24 tomorrow. It just feels like I do. But I turn 24 in like 3 weeks. It's just crazy to think about. Let's not. But yeah, anyway, it's like how people talk about when you drink like wine. That's kind of what it's like after you drink this tea. You get a nice tea when you sip, and then it's like a finish of jasmine. It's like a nice finish of jasmine. It's really just like a very light, nuanced, I don't know, I love it. That's also another thing that you can do, is pull your tea. When you pull your tea, it just means that you're pouring it from about as high as you can to try to aerate it, and it gives it a little bit of a better like a texture. I mostly do it with matcha. It's big in I think it's mostly a Thai technique in Thai tea. Have you ever seen those videos of street vendors pouring tea, and they're like spinning and twirling, pouring it from pitcher to pitcher? Aside from just being fantastic, there is a purpose and a reason for that, and it's called tea pulling. and I really enjoy doing it with my matcha. After I ceremonially and ritually do it in the shawan, which I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but I'll find out before I do the video. I do like to pull it as well. I just noticed that that's ever so slightly chipped, but it's not broken, so it's fine. That's another thing I like about the shape of these, this teacup. It fits my hand so nicely. I don't really like holding mugs by the handle. I like to because it's there, and I like to be utilitarian and do things. No, like it just because it makes sense. That's why I like to use the handle. But this makes even more sense because your thumb just fits like perfectly in the curve of the cup right there, and then your index finger fits perfectly under that little lip right here, and then the rest of your hand just kind of curls around it, and it feels nice and warm, and it's just satisfying. I don't know. I just love this, like, and it just feels nice. I don't know. That's what I like about tea. It's kind of just something that I do to stop. Because I consume it visually. You notice, like, the differences. For example, when I sat down to make a tea blend, doesn't that sound nice? Like, so I get to open my cabinet. I have a whole cabinet just for my tea. It's actually not a cabinet, it's an antique. It's an antique piece of furniture. It's an ice box from back in the day before refrigerators. So I have an ice box from like the 1930s that I keep my tea in, all my tea tins. And it smells incredible when you open just the cabinet, just the box, the ice box itself. And then I pull out a couple of teas, and it's an auditory experience. I'm shaking them. I'm feeling the weight of the tins, the sound of the teas inside, which ones sound appealing. And then I pick those ones out, and then I shake them a little bit closer to my ear, like this one. This tea sounded good to me. And so I moved on to the smell. Let me open the box, or not the box, but the tin. And it's just like a beautiful light smell of jasmine. And it's just nice. It's just nice. Like I said, it's nuanced. It doesn't smack you in the face. It's not artificial. So it's olfactory. And then you look at it, and visually you've got the downy, silvery little hairs, and then it becomes sensory because you can feel that on each and every one, and you'll notice some different than others. This one's a little bit unfurled, this leaf, and it's just the tiniest bit unfurled, while the others being just the tiniest little buds all the way at the end of the branch. All the rest of them are all the way still furled up, looking like spears. And it's just, you look through and you notice those things. Some of them are darker, but most of them have that shine. And then there's the occasional jasmine blossom. And all the while, as you're looking through, you get the sounds and the smells. Same thing with this tea. I was listening to the sound in the tea tin, and I think it might be a little bit too loud for camera, but in person it's almost like a rain stick, and all of these little beads inside of the tin. And it's so pleasant, the way that it smells, and again, the way that it looks. And just thinking about the fact that each one of these little balls has 6 to 8 tea leaves rolled up inside by hand by somebody is almost enough to give you pause and gratitude, and to think of where all of this came from to be in your hand and for you to enjoy. And it just makes you pause. And then you look a little bit closer and you notice a few more just differences. Differences in size. Oh, that one probably is one with the 8 leaves. This one looks a little light. Maybe that one only has 6. And I can tell that's a bud on the outside of this one because it has the downy leaves, and these ones are mostly comprised of leaves because they're a little bit darker. And you just notice it, and then you compare and you think, oh, it has the similarities, and they would be nice together, they'd be compatible. Then you blend them together. Maybe a little bit more of one than the other. Maybe because that's what you prefer flavor. Maybe because one of them is more delicate. And that's all up to you. And then you make a blend of your own tea. And you can watch it evolve. You can see as the leaves unfurl, more and more of what you're actually consuming. And it takes on all the different shapes. Right now it kind of looks like a crab. It still has like the center shape to it, almost like the crab's body. But there's 2 leaves on either side that are unfurling and kind of forward, kind of forked like claws. And it almost looks like a crab. But you won't be able to see it though without me spilling my tea. But yep. But it's in there. And if I were to fish it out now, then as you can see, once again, unfurled just a bit more. So you can watch that each time. And it just brings you present. It's just a nice moment. It's a whole thing for me. And that's why I like tea so much. And I noticed that, like, it's a good ritual, you know. I notice that, like, if I get more down, I don't want to drink tea as much because it's like one of those things where it's like seems special, and I don't know, I get into moods where I don't know if it's just like nothing seems special enough, but it's like where you've got to remember that it can be like a transformative thing. Like I have this whole attitude that if the mood isn't special, or if I haven't created, like, or if there isn't something present that's worth like sitting down to tea for, well, that thing is the tea itself. You can just take a moment anytime and have some tea. I have these like mental roadblocks all the time where like something has to happen before something else can happen. I don't know why that is. It's like I put things into categories, and there's like ways things have to be done. The maximum file size. I think that just means it's gonna cut me off. I'm not sure. I'm gonna double check on that. But that probably means I should wrap up anyway. Guess I'm already at an hour and 3 minutes, so this will be fun. I'll cut it together. I don't think it's gonna need too much editing other than just being spliced together. So aside from rendering, I can't wait to have this video up. It's a little bit all over the place. Hopefully there aren't too many, you know, errand noises that are too loud, but I'll try to take care of that as best I can. I hope that you enjoyed the tea. It was really nice to sit down and just do a little bit of a tea video. Can't wait to bring more of these types of videos, because I really enjoyed making it, but hopefully you guys did as well, so you'll have to let me know. What did you think? Did you find it relaxing? Did you mind taking a look at the tea with me, rambling on and on? Yeah, hopefully that was nice. And I'm trying to think if there was anything else relevant that I meant to mention, but I don't think that I really had much to say in this video, and yet I managed to ramble on for an hour. But yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. Please leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Give me your honest thoughts on the whole tea video thing. What triggers are you enjoying? What would you like to see? Subscribe if you like. Whatever. I hope you found this relaxing. This little moment. And yeah, if you take it with you, just know that you can carry a moment with you in your back pocket. You know, you can create